Yo, what the fuck is going on, man? Yo, why would he do that? Let's get right into it. Hold on. Why would he do that, though? Why would he do that?
That is only it.
Was on the cruise show, and he talked about Black men in Hollywood wearing dresses. Here's what he had to say.
It's a negative thing that is only in Black people. When Robin Williams puts on a dress and is Mrs. Doubtfire, he gets nominated for an Oscar, and white people think it's brilliant. When Black people put on dresses, all of a sudden we're labeled by our own people. We did White Chicks. That's a classic movie. Mm-hmm. That whole thing about, you put on a dress and you selling out, that is not an artist's mindset.
People love white chicks, to be clear.
They love Black men in dresses.
But he was really a...
Now, here's the thing. And I want people to understand this. It's like there's a separation. It can't be because everybody else is doing it that we're supposed to be doing something. I'm pretty sure Europeans do a lot of things that I don't do. I'm pretty sure a lot of other cultures do things that I don't do. And that's fine. The problem with Black Americans doing stuff like that is because we have a past of people forcing certain things on us. That's where the taboo comes in. Somebody like Marlon Wayans, it makes perfect sense for him to advocate for this type of style because all of his brothers did it. Him and Sean and White Chicks. Damon Wayans has dressed up like a woman plenty of times, or a homosexual character. Keenan Ivory Wayne is dressed up as Marsha Warfield. He's dressed up as a few other characters. So all the brothers in the family have participated in this dress ritual. So he's telling people, well, it's only in the Black community that, people argue about this. You can't really say that because not even all white groups do that. You could say the English, white guy, he does it, but you can't say you've seen a bunch of Russians in drag. You can't say you've seen a bunch of people from New Zealand doing that. Like, my excuse me. The real answer to me was the same person that is on the internet doing a bunch of homo activity anyway. That's what I'm saying. They try to make it seem like everybody was just gay in ancient times, and it's like that's impossible. There's too many laws forbidding it. It's too forbidden around a lot of melanated camps. A lot of them. It was forbidden to do so. What's the point of you wearing a dress anyway, man? What's the point of a man wearing a dress? If that's supposed to have you tap into your femininity, why tapping into the femininity of you has to do with destroying your masculinity? But that one has nothing to do with the other. If it's a total different side of the spectrum, why are you worried about it? That's just me personally. I mean, I'm just a logical person. That doesn't make any sense. You don't have to stress off, stuff like that. But in truth, it's just bad energy. You know what I'm saying? I will always say that this is it's just bad energy. There's nothing really funny about it, and whoever thinks it is funny, it's kind of odd. It's an odd form of humor that you get out of seeing a man dressed as something that you're supposed to naturally be stimulated by. It'd be like if you're attracted to women dressed up as dudes. It's like either way you cut it, you're gay. It seems like you're a homosexual. If you find pleasure in men dressing up as women or women dressing up as men, it seems you have a lot of homosexuality in you. Okay. Who is forcing this energy on people? And then who is Marlon? I understand. Like I said, all his brothers did it. And he's one of these successful celebrities off of it. So, of course, he's going to come with that energy. It's only in the black community. It's like, bro, you used Robin Williams as an example. That was a bad example to use because Robin Williams came up around Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? So he had been funny. He had his props. He had his respect. He was known as a respected comedian. When he did Mrs. Doubtfire, okay, yeah, you said he got an award for it, but before he died, he had already said he had did some terrible things that he regrets. So it's like, whether it's homosexuality or wearing the dress, either way, it tarnished him. And I understand why. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people. That could fuck up a man's mental. It really can. Feminizing yourself can mess up a man's mental. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? It's just not good energy for a man. Just like masculinity, like too much is not good for a woman. Nobody wants a butch ass woman. So once again, Marlon Wayans comes from a family where everybody has wore drag. So of course he's going to defend it. But in truth, I don't know if it ruins your career or boosts it up. I don't really care about that. My whole thing is, why are you a grown ass man wearing a dress as a spectacle in an act to appease people for money? You might as well just let them stick a finger up your ass. It's like you're damn near there. You're borderline there. It's like, where's your pride at? Like, what do you? Oh, that's toxic masculinity. Pride is toxic. It's toxic to want to protect what's yours, or to be proud of what you possess. Really? That's odd. That's off. That makes no sense. You wouldn't mow your lawn. You wouldn't make sure your clothes were presentable before you walked outside if you had no sense of pride. If you had no sense of like you're carrying something with you, like you're representing something. Don't you want it to look the best that it can? Like, I don't know. Call me odd, but I could have swore that the better you took care of something, the more it seemed you appreciate it. So that's where that comes from. That's where pride comes from. Pride usually is wrapped around something you appreciate, And if you have pride in yourself, that means you appreciate yourself. That's good. They say nowadays that's narcissist, but I don't see a bunch of these people with orphanages and food programs and stuff. So to me, I would rather someone have love for themselves. Therefore, they wouldn't, especially if they're on some Christ golden rule energy, like they're treating people like they want to be treated. It probably would be a utopia, of a world. But anyway, that's too much genius. Look, men in drag, stop it. All right, and stop blaming it on Hollywood. So all I had to do was offer you some money. I can get you to dress up like a woman. So what if I give you a little more money? What else will you do like a woman? See, that's the thing. There's no way that you're going to get me to believe that you're going to stop at the dress if I can get you to put that on. that you wouldn't do something strange for a little change. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because there's prostitution everywhere. There's a boss or a manager at a restaurant trying to sleep with his waitress right now. Facts. There's a fucking doctor right now trying to sleep with his fucking intern nurse. Facts. So there's no way in hell that you're going to get me to believe that a grown man gets another grown man to wear a dress. And there's not some type of pleasure principle going on. That's insane. Just like the old buff gladiator movies where guys are all fucking, fake sweat and shit, because it's not sweat, it's water. You're just spraying water on your muscles all day and just, come on, bro. All those 80s jocks with those terrible fucking dialogues. Why do you think the dialogue was so terrible? Because the director obviously wasn't looking at the fucking Academy Award, speech. They're body fucking raping, like they're visually raping people, bro. And then they're physically doing it on other levels. It's like, look at Stallone. Stallone's a terrible actor. Okay, he gets all this love. Supposedly has enough money to make Rocky himself. And it's like, wait a minute. You find out he started as a porn star. So it's like, wait a minute. Well, who gave him all this pull in the industry then? Maybe he had already done some weird stuff, because look at what you were already doing. So, Arnold's a fucking foreigner. We look at what foreigners do right now for this fucking system. So imagine one of these motherfuckers way back in the day. It's like, there's no telling. So Marlon has to admit that, I bet yeah, we all have to admit, shit, the whole fucking Wayne's family could have been hit. Them all could be some like underground party pleasers and shit. As you notice, a sister never went nowhere and nobody's ever really talked to her, and she's always in the cut and she never speaks. I wonder what Kim Waynes knows. Kim Waynes probably knows some wild shit about her brothers, and that's why they keep her ass dunked off. They do never have interviews with her for some reason. They never put her in big roles like that. It's like they don't want her out in the public too much, because if she spills the beans on the Wayans brothers, nigga, it's probably going to be horrendous. Like, that's how I look at it. I take everything with a grain of salt. It's like nobody ever analyzed that. Why don't she ever talk? Never hear nothing from her. Her brothers got her fucking cornered, motherfucker, like Rapunzel, stuck up at the top of the tower. Like, you better not talk to anybody. We're going to get back into this mix, though, because tomorrow I'm going to do a video for my friend Shadow Mask about why does Suge Knight have a podcast in the penitentiary. Shit's about to get deep, man. We about to start exposing shit that's right in your face. Remember, hidden in plain sight is how they do it. People don't see anything. Cat Williams wears a woke folk chain that don't have an L in it, and it's spelled with an O, kind of like, right, R-I-T-E. Is some symbolism in that. Then you can see the fucking compass on the chain, the same thing that Pac is pointing to on the Machiavelli cover. It's like we already know the Masonic symbolism in that. So, excuse me, for people to be like, oh, they're allowing him to put that information out there. Yes, they are. But it's not a humiliation ritual for him. You know what I'm saying? How many people have spilled the beans in Hollywood? A lot of people, they let drop the ball. I don't think we're supposed to be looking for, everything that Cat Williams says to be absolute. I think we're supposed to be getting how these Masons talk. Like I said, it's all in plain sight. You're supposed to be getting the riddles within what he's saying. He's saying Harvey Weinstein offered him that because he's saying Harvey is gay. It's not just about women. The Me Too shit is for money. When women come out, usually it's for money. When men come out, it's usually to expose. All them boys that was molested by them Catholic priests, they weren't asking for money. They just wanted to expose this mother. Only time, and that's how you know the Michael Jackson kids is fake, because they're the only boys in history to supposedly get molested by a celebrity and ask for money. Most men don't ask for no money. They're just here to expose you and ruin your career, because there's no money you can add to put on your fucking manhood being taken. It's like there's no add up to it. Hollywood is dirty. We already know. The J-Mans run Hollywood. Okay, they just found a fucking tunnel in one of these motherfucking churches and shit. Bro. Like, bro. They're fucking shifting body parts. They got arrested for that. Bro. They're fucking giving newborn kids syphilis and gonorrhea. Bro. Like, and then you got these black, sellouts that come out here. Remember, they're all Bojangles. It's all acting. It's all entertainment. They try to make it sound like, they're just having a career as a star. But no. Hollywood is part of the illusion council. Like, you're a part of the fucking magicians out here trying to keep people lost. That's what it is. We're at the time where everybody should be past that. Yeah, you want to have a good time, watch a good movie. Okay, I understand that. But it's like, as far as watch the movie. That's what I'm saying. Once you're done with the movie, be done with the movie. Stop lusting the actor in the movie. That has nothing to do with the plot. They didn't even write this shit. Like, that's the funny thing. You're lusting over someone who doesn't even write the script. You're in love with the act that they played in the movie. Okay, that is written by somebody else. That's who you should be in love with. You should be in love with the fucking writer. It's like, no, you're in love with the actor. They're not even the genius who came up with this. It's like, they're not the ones who are coming up with it. They're the ones who are putting you in a spell. Okay, it may be good to you, I guess, in a scene, but that's not good realistically. It's not good that somebody can capture your mind to the point where you're not going to believe facts. You're just going to run up. Like, that's what happened with these presidents and all this shit. Like, people are going off emotions. They're not picking sides because they're listening to the policies of what people are talking about. No, they going wherever their friends are, or the group is, or whoever's chanting the loudest. And it's like, that's how you get the sheep. That's how the sheep don't see the wolf dressed up in sheep clothing, because they're looking at other sheep. They're not looking for the wolf. It's like, you should be able to see this motherfucker. I don't care what he's wearing. You should be able to see this. That's where hidden in plain sight works so well, because that's what they're doing. So these people will come out, talk about their, they believe in God and all that stuff. Then at the same time, do something that God is like forsaken. It's like something you're not supposed to do. And then they'll turn around for you acknowledging it and be like, oh, it's a race thing. It's only black people that are doing this. But that's what pisses me off about Marlon Wayans. Who came through with these fucking books? Who came through on some fucking boats with some books talking about what you can and cannot do? And then turned around and start fucking doing the shit they told us not to do. And now we're wrong for this shit? Hold up. We weren't even doing it before you came. So all these motherfucking ancient people are gay, but they're there. Name me some gay land that is still prevalent to this day that was of the past. Don't worry, I'll wait. And you'll never find one, because there is no gay civilization back in the day. I don't even believe that shit. People be talking about gay tribes and shit. I do not believe that shit. I believe that shit starts with pederasting and before law of the land, where people were just barbaric doing whatever they wanted. But it's like, I believe the pederasty shit is what foundates this weirdo stuff. Then you got the Talmud talking about, is it okay to marry 3-year-olds and shit like that? That's where this shit starts. So you got two people that you can run to. You got the Greek, which turned out to be your fraternity front heads, and then you got the J-Man, okay? And then that's the one who runs all the illusions and all the fucking shit. So I guess me being on the outside, not being a Hollywood dope fiend, you know what I'm saying, lost in the illusion, I can see it clearly why Marlon's saying what he's saying. Boy, you done bent over for these motherfuckers. You better try to protect that shit. You done wore more dresses than a little bit. You didn't play too many feminine characters. Your main role was acting like a bitch all through the fucking Wayans brothers and the Living Color. You was known to scream. Ah! That was what you was known to do. Like that's your known role is bitch ass nigga. So it's like, of course, playing a bitch you have no problem doing it, and then defending playing the role of a bitch you have no problem with because it's like nigga, that's always your role. That's always your role, my nigga. So. I say that to say this is like, what's the difference between White Chicks and Big Mama's House? The same shit that Cat Williams dunked, that's White Chicks. It's the same thing. They police, undercover, playing as women. Something I missed? Is there something I missed? Police, playing undercover as women. Where am I wrong? And where did this role not get played? The only difference is there's white women and a fat grandma. That's the only difference. It's the age difference in the race. But other than that, it's the same fucking role. The police that play undercover as females. Now, why is Hollywood so dull? And remember, Marlon had the nerve to say White Chicks is a classic. Why is Hollywood so basic that they'll play the same fucking movie out with black people twice? Holla if you hear me. They don't like y'all so much, they give y'all the same dull ass script over and over again. Want me to prove it? What was Martin in Blue Street? Cop playing undercover, right? Dressed up as characters. I'm just showing you they play this fucking shit out too many times. It's always the same shit. But yeah, man, Marlon. Of course you're mad, my nigga. Like that's your whole stick is playing, these feminine roles. So I can totally understand why you're upset. But there's nothing to be upset about. There's too many roles to play. To where why would you have to play a woman, even if it's for comedy? Who told you that was funny? Who told you that was funny? Like shit, women only did that shit one time. Just one of the guys. We only did that shit once. Dudes have played countless women in Hollywood, and this shit is corny. Like, there's way more things that are funny. That's all I'm saying. But the Wayans, like that whole family, Hollywood and Ben had them with thongs on and shit. Like I said, that's my theory. That's why we don't never talk to Kim Wayans. That's why she'll never have no interviews. She'll never come out nowhere like that because she knows she might be asked that question. All your brothers with this dress talk in Hollywood and seeing how all of your brothers have dressed in drag. How do you feel about that? Man, she probably don't want to answer none of them questions because I'm pretty sure they've been to a few Hollywood parties. I just feel that way. I feel they have. And I feel that a lot has went on. In order to play White Chicks, there's no way in hell that you telling me that one of them fucking J-mans ain't bent you over. I doubt it. I doubt it. I just doubt it. That's all I'm saying. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.